I am about to take you guys on a bit of a field trip back in time. Back to the year 2008. Back when gamers on the internet were embroiled in a very different culture war than they are today. Back in the late 2000s, there was a very strong movement of moms and conservatives fighting against violent video games. Games like Call of Duty, Pokemon, Grand Theft Auto, all of these games were called satanic, evil. Think of any word you could imagine, right? The hot coffee mod for GTA caused a lot of controversy, for example, that sex mod. Yeah. And the figurehead that was seen as like the person leading the charge against violent video games on the side of this like conservative moral crusade was a man that many of you likely haven't heard of in a very long time. It's so fitting that this was a thing back when GTA Vice City was the most current Grand Theft Auto game, considering the new GTA, we're going back to Vice City. Anyway, though, you could see here, this is the guy. There's some quotes here from him. Well, I guess he didn't say any of these things, but here's Jack Thompson standing here. His whole thing was that he was against children being able to access violent video games. That was his whole thing. That's it. Like, his whole thing was he didn't want children to be able to access violent video games. And he would do stunts to try to see how easy it was to get a violent video game like Grand Theft Auto if you were a kid. So he'd get his son to, like, he'd give his son $60, send him into a GameStop, have the kid buy GTA 5 or GTA 4 or Vice City or whatever it was at the time, and, like, see if the kid could get it without parental supervision, if the store clerk would sell it, and then try to make that into, like, a stunt to create a culture war issue off of, through which they could kind of, like, justify some sort of ban or restriction on access to these games, right? Very stupid moral crusade. Regardless, though, he became very well known. Very, very well known. And the interesting thing about that is, he kind of died off. Jack Thompson was like this last figure that the online gaming community rallied against that was right-wing. After that, we very quickly slid into Gamergate, as we now know it today. The Gamergate era of, like, the gaming community seeing the left as the public enemy number one rather than the right. However, the times they are a-changin', my friends, or should I say they are a-changin' back, because a new Grand Theft Auto trailer has been dropped. The much anticipated, especially by me, because we will be going to my homeland, the much anticipated Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer has been released. This game, from what I can tell, literally just takes place over all of Florida. Like, from Orlando down, on both coasts and everything in the middle, all the way down to the Keys. I am so fucking excited. Apparently they're DMCAing the music, though. I don't give a fuck! Let's watch. God. I recognize these locations. The thing is, Grand Theft Auto, while they do kind of, like, warp the map a little bit from the real-life locations that they depict, when it comes to the Grand Theft Auto series since 5, I went to Venice Beach in real life. I saw the line of fucking houses that you start out in as Franklin, where you, like, repo the car. Like, I've literally seen that line of houses in real life. I've walked down that fucking sidewalk in real life in LA. I have been to that fucking boardwalk where you assassinate the fucking FBI guy in GTA 5 on the Ferris wheel. I've been to the Santa Monica Pier, okay? Like, these locations are very faithfully adapted, and I recognize these locations that they're showing in the trailer from Florida. I've been to these places, guys. They have very accurately represented them. I have been to some of these places. The bridge to the Keys is 1 for 1. I've been on that road many times that goes along that beach. fucking Everglades, dude. The Everglades is going to be such an interesting environment for a Grand Theft Auto game. Grand Theft Auto Online, being able to dump a body in the Everglades is going to be fucking awesome. There's going to be so many missions that involve dumping a body in the Everglades. Oh, I can't wait to fight the meth gators. We better fight the skunk ape. This is a little inaccurate. We don't have wild flamingos in Florida, but this is beautiful. This is the Everglades as it's supposed to look. They've idealized the Everglades here. You may be able to find places where it looks like this without the flamingos, but the only wild flamingos you'll find in Florida are ones that broke out of zoos. And they're only pink like this because of an algae in the water that they drink, so there has to be a presence of that algae. So, like, the flamingo thing is just... they're taking artistic license, and I appreciate it. The flamingo is the Florida state bird. I respect them taking the artistic license here. I'm okay with it. This is, for those that don't know, because I can literally tell you where every location in this map is in real life, by the way, if you just want me to do that. This is, obvious. I think this is Miami Beach. This is Miami Beach. I thought for a second it could be Clearwater Beach, and we might see it at some point in this trailer. It's kind of hard to tell because a lot of beaches in Florida look the same. This is the massive shipping yard in Miami. This is the Miami shipping yard where, if you've ever seen the show Dexter, this is where Dexter's mom was butchered in a shipping container. If any of you guys remember that. So we might actually see a Dexter reference of like a bloody shipping container in this shipping yard if they included a Dexter reference in the game. That would be pretty dope. Yeah, this is where the surprise motherfucker line takes place. This is where the surprise motherfucker line happens. Right here, in this shipping yard, is where that line takes place. Yeah. I'm not even joking. Okay. So this is north. This is the camera facing north, if I recall correctly. This island... Or no, this is heading in west. This island is I think just a gated community island. I think you take this road south to get to Alligator Alley. I'm pretty sure this is the road you would have to take south to eventually get to Alligator Alley, the Everglades, and the Keys. You would go south out of Vice City / Miami, and eventually you would get to Alligator Alley, which is like the road you take through the Everglades to get to the Keys.
The way she thought it should be.
Bro, God, fuck, I can't wait for this game. God, I hate that I have to wait as long as we do. Fuck. Oh. This is the old Skyway Bridge that goes over the islands to the Keys. I have taken this fucking road multiple times in my life. Like, a little further back this way is Alligator Alley, and this is the famous... These are the famous bridges. This is Bahia Honda Island. You have to give us a tour of Florida when you get the game. I absolutely fucking will. God, Homosassa has to be in the game, right? Homosassa has to be in the game. This looks like it would have to be Miami. A lot of this stuff. This might be... Yeah, oh, here we go. Here we go. The highway signs give a lot of info here. So Vice City beaches are like off straight. And then if you take a left, Port Richey, that's probably Port Richey, I would guess. Port VC. Port Vice City, maybe. Port Vice City is probably what that stands for. And then the Keys. They're just calling it Keys? Oh, but it's the Keys spelled like a car keys instead of like how it's properly spelled, C-A-Y-S. The airport. So this is just the highway. This could be Homosassa. This is what the girls I grew up with were like, chat. When where I moved from in Florida was like this. This is the part of Florida that I grew up in. When I think Florida, this is what I think of. If anything is Homosassa, this is what I think of. This is what the girls that I dated were like when I grew up. White trash? Come on! Yes. Yeah, they were white trash. Like, what can I say? Yeah. Like, listen, okay? I had to get the fuck out of there, dog. But this is where I come from. You drove out of my neighborhood and they had ATV courses. Usually not mud ones like this, but the dry, dusty ones are pretty common. A lot of this in Florida. If anything's Homosassa, it's probably this. This could also be just like anywhere. Like, this is what most of Florida is like. Go outside of the city, and this is what Florida is like. A very accurate representation of what a lot of just Florida country is like.
Trust.
Trust.
It's going to be interesting to play as a couple for the protagonists of a GTA game, but they'll do it well. It's Rockstar. I trust them. Anyway, new Grand Theft Auto game has been announced. The world is fucking hyped. It is the most viewed trailer for a video game of all time. And we just got some news that makes me so goddamn happy. Some news that is very, very relevant and important to the online political culture war narrative landscape, whatever you want to call it. As the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer drops, Elon Musk says he's never been able to get into GTA because he can't bring himself to commit virtual crimes. Elon Musk, I shit you not, has gone on a Twitter crusade against GTA 6 to the point that he has repressed tweets about it. I'm not even joking. He does not allow it to go trending. And the reason for this, in reality, is most likely that Rockstar didn't announce it on Twitter. And more companies like Rockstar are now pulling their ads and not posting at all on Twitter. That's the fact of it. Many more companies that then have pulled their ads have just simply stopped posting on Twitter because they don't think the platform matters anymore for their advertisement through like having a guy that posts tweets. They don't think it's worth paying a guy to be a dedicated Twitter dude. It's really funny to watch. It really is. Yep, here it is. Twitter is limiting the reach of Rockstar Games' GTA 6 trailer post with the YouTube link. While you can view it directly, you can't see it if you're viewing a reply. It seems to be retaliation for posting the trailer video on Twitter, for not posting the trailer video on Twitter. Like, it literally, if you post the fucking trailer, it gets shown as unavailable by countless accounts. Dude. He's so fucking mad. And the fact that Elon is doing this is now, like, massive fucking news. People are talking about it, and it is not making him look good. You could argue it is making him look like a modern-day Jack Thompson. Isn't it funny how things end up going full circle in the end?